To the bridge, Chelsea 2, Burnley 2, 10-man Burnley 2. A lot of injuries defensively for Chelsea, but that's no excuse against a Burnley side who were playing for a lot of that game with 10 men. What did you make of the Chelsea performance, and what did you make of Burnley's ability to kind of never say die and always think they can get something from this game despite being a man short?
Do you know what? I think I'll start with Burnley because, okay. I mean, this is a team that, for all intents and purposes, is down. And I can't imagine what it's like week after week with that in the back of your head that really, no matter what you do, you're down. So for them to go down to 10 men on a penalty that you could argue all day wasn't, a red card, a second yellow, you could argue all day wasn't, but nonetheless it was given. And to go 1-0 down at the bridge and be down to 10 men, and as I said, in the back of your head, you know you're going down, to come back and to fight and show the commitment to the cause that Burnley did in the second half in particular. I mean, it just shows you that they may not be the best team, they may not have the best players, but they've got a great culture about them. They've got a great desire as a team and as individuals to keep going regardless. And so you got to give them huge praise. The fact that they scored 2 goals with 10 men is incredible. But the truth is, they could have scored more. Although Petrovic made a mess of O'Shea's header that went in the back of the net, he had a couple of good saves. One in the first half early on, and then in the second half, Foster with a header that he somehow clung it out from the top corner. And then, of course, Jay Rodriguez at 2-2 with a minute to go hit the crossbar from a header from a corner. So, yeah, I mean, you got to give Burnley huge credit. However, let's move on. What an absolute shambles Chelsea is, really. I mean, I guess the easiest way to sum Chelsea up is if you take Cole Palmer out of this team, I don't know what you're left with.
That was the next question, Stevie. Where are Chelsea? They're 11th right now. Where are they without Cole Palmer and his goals? 2 more today.
Bang average. They're absolutely bang average is what they are. I mean, and Cole Palmer as well, you know, as great as he is, he needs to be involved in the game for 90 minutes. You know, for the first 15 minutes of this game, he was everywhere getting the ball, trying to create, trying to get shots off. I mean, his Panenka penalty was absolutely fantastic. And then in the last 15 minutes of the game, he was superb. But in between, he just doesn't get the ball enough. Now, whether that's down to him or whether that's down to Chelsea is difficult to figure out. But, wow, without this guy, I mean, they just can't do anything right, Chelsea. And the crowd as well. You talk about ebbs and flows. You know, they go ahead 1-0 and the crowd seems settled. And then all of a sudden, Burnley equalise. Oh, my goodness. There's silence, there's mumbling. Then they go ahead and everybody seems relaxed again. And then it's 2-2 and then it starts again. And then they bring Sterling on. And he's got the most incredible chance, probably 7-8 yards out, a free header, goalie to beat, and puts it about 20 yards wide. You know, he could have been the hero, becomes the villain again. I mean, every time you go to Stamford Bridge, you don't know what you're going to see. Mm-hmm. It's just incredible. But the truth is, without Cole Palmer, this team is bang average.
How fragile are Chelsea?
I think today showed it. I mean, again, if you look at it in the cold light of day, you're playing against a side that's going down, no question. I don't think anybody, certainly any I've spoken to or heard talking about them, gives them any hope of staying up whatsoever. And then you get the advantage of a penalty kick and being a man up, and you can't go on and win the game. I mean, you really could spend a lot of time going through. You know, Petrovic made a howler today in goal. The back four, to be playing against 10 men, losing 2, should have been more. I mean, problems. A lot of changes because of injuries, but problems. In the middle of the park, uninspiring. I mean, Caicedo and Fernandes, 200 million between the two of them. Just looked like ordinary football players. Cole Palmer, the shining light, the man that keeps this team going. Jackson up front, not a centre forward. No. Had 2 chances today. Should have scored with both of them. You can praise the goalkeeper Muric for saving them, but the truth is, it's a toss-up whether Jackson hit him or he saved it. 2 clear chances. Jackson's not a centre forward. Mudryk on the left. You have absolutely no idea what you're getting from this guy.
I don't think he knows.
No, it's a complete hit or a miss. I mean, as I said, you can spend a lot of time going through this team, and unfortunately for Pochettino, the time you're going to spend is mostly about what they can't do than what they can do and what they do.
Mm. Every team can have a gripe about injuries or suspensions or whatever, but this is the Chelsea injury list. So the question after I've read out these names, if they were all available, are they making Chelsea a huge bit better? Or they will make them better, of course, but how much will they make them better? They're without right now Chalobah, Robert Sanchez, Ugachukwu, Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, Colwell, Reece James, Nkunku, Lavia, and Fofana. So is that a European chasing team when they've got the majority fit?
I mean, the 2 names there, the only 2 names you go, straight away you go, they would make a difference, is James and probably Chilwell. And Chilwell's questionable because he has been back and he's been okay, but no question they missed Reece James. But after that, really, there's nothing that stands out there.
What about Nkunku? Nkunku's hardly been fit at all because he got injured pre-season, and he's come back, but he's never hit the form that he did in the Bundesliga.
Well, as I said, you're not sitting on the edge of your chair going, oh yeah, he's definitely going to make a difference. Because as little as we've seen of him, we have seen him, and he hasn't made any difference when he's been on the field. Now, maybe a little harsh, he's missed a lot of time. But the truth is, do you think all those players you listed and all those players they have on the field today, do you think teams are queuing up to buy any of these players? They're not.
Can't afford them.
They can't afford them. So Chelsea are in the mire, no question. Because where do they go from here? They're under pressure from financial fair play, so they can't go and spend money, that's for sure. And if they can't get rid of any of all these players we've been talking about, plus the ones that we're playing, they're stuck with what they've got. And I've just told you that other than Cole Palmer, they're bang average. So where do they go? There's no way out. There's no trap door. There's nothing. Can't spend money. Can't bring money in. Can't sell players. So how do you change what you've got? And of course, what will happen is there's one man who'll get the blame, Pochettino. But really, is it really his fault? Yes, he has to take some responsibility. But you can't land this on him. And I'll say it again. I've said it a lot all season. The three guys that they brought in to spend all their money and pick all the players, that's where the finger should be pointed mostly, in my opinion.